Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. And we're coming up to the halfway point of 2019, and there have already been some absolutely incredible games that have come to our Xbox Ones for us to enjoy.
It's already been a jam-packed year, so in this video, we're going to take a look at the 10 best games on Xbox in 2019 so far.
Faster, faster, faster. Pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Hitting the eject button. No matter how hard they try, they know that they can't stop the mission.
One game that we have to mention is a title that we didn't even know existed at the start of the year. Apex Legends is the battle royale that has brought a breath of fresh air to the genre, with 9 different legends, each with their own passive, tactical and ultimate ability, helping to cater to different playstyles. The game also features a wide array of weaponry, from close-range shotguns like the legendary Mastiff to long-range rifles like the Longbow DMR. As with most battle royales, you'll be able to find different rarities of loot, with attachments to help make your weapons better and armor to give you more health. There's even armor pieces that will give you a special ability, such as a fast heal backpack that allows you to use healing items a little bit faster. Always handy in a pinch.
You only got 4 bullets. Use your wingman if you can. Oh, teammate got up. How did the teammate get up?
I missed him.
Oh, play.
Apex Legends also introduced a whole range of features that we hadn't seen in a battle royale before, including the ping system, which allows you to be able to clearly communicate with your team without the need of a microphone. It goes without saying that for me, this is the best game of 2019 so far, with slick movement carried across from the Titanfall series, and every game having a different ending. Becoming champion has never felt or looked so good, with the game hitting its best resolution on the Xbox One X.
He's got no help.
Hey,
Let's go!
Plus, if you're an EA Access subscriber, you'll get the free Xbox Green skin for the Flatline. Nice. One of the most surprising but fantastic things with Apex Legends is that it's 100% free to download, so you can go on your Xbox One right now, download it and start playing. The game also features a battle pass for you to unlock trackers, weapon skins, character skins and more, so if you haven't, definitely give Apex Legends a go. I'll see you out there.
It's been 84 years. Well, nearly 14 years, which is close enough, since the last full Kingdom Hearts game, and this year we have been blessed by the Disney gods with the beautiful sequel Kingdom Hearts 3. It's one big fight between darkness and light, where you play as protagonist Sora, wielding a variety of mighty keyblades, taking on the darkness and trying to defeat the intensely villainous Xehanort. Luckily, you won't be fighting alone, with Donald Duck and Goofy coming along for the ride and helping in this daunting quest. In a franchise known for throwing you into different Disney universes with a huge overarching plot tying everything together, the third game sees the return of lands previously featured, like Hercules' Olympus, and throws some of the newer worlds like Tangle's Kingdom of Corona and Frozen's Arendelle into the mix. Playing alongside a whole roster of classic Disney characters like Buzz Lightyear and Hercules will never cease to feel amazing, and that's without the huge Disney World-themed ride attacks thrown into the mix. And if that sentence sounded a bit loopy, then just take a look at this.
Use the power of the parks to turn the tide against the darkness.
Yep. This is the first time the hugely popular series has come to Xbox, and it has certainly been one of the many highlights of 2019 so far.
My lord, I have come for you. So the noble shinobi stands in our way.
I don't want to be another person on the internet talking about how difficult Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was, but oh my god, that game was some hardcore level of gameplay I was not prepared for in the slightest. And yet, that made me love it even more. On March 22nd, From Software presented the gaming industry with a question. Is it possible to enjoy a game so frustratingly and relentlessly difficult it makes you want to rip your controller apart and throw each piece of it into every direction of the compass? Astonishingly, a large majority of gamers out there said you could, as the game sold over 2 million copies worldwide within just 10 days of its release. Set in 16th century Japan, you control a shinobi known as Wolf on their quest for revenge against a samurai clan who made him an orphan. Using a combination of AoE attacks, stealth elements, and a katana named Kusabi Mari, you must fight your way through a slew of increasingly more complex and intelligent AI bosses in order to unlock its notably gorgeous story and environments. One of the things I admire the most about Sekiro is the variety in combat styles and animations throughout the game. Not only do you really need to focus on all the different nuances of combat and sword play available, but it requires you to actually care to some degree about the fight you're trying to win, as simple button mashing will get you nowhere in this game. It's a must-try title for fans of games like Bloodborne, Dark Souls and Demon Souls, but if you want to dip your curious little toe into the world of unforgivingly difficult katana combat, then I recommend you look no further than Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Let's just say Sam fully embraced the challenge when we streamed it over on Mixer.
We used to be ordinary people with ordinary lives.
Another great game that hit our hard drives this year was the sequel to 2016's tactical team-based shooter Smash Hit. Yes, we are talking about Tom Clancy's The Division 2. We were lucky enough to speak to one of the developers before its release over on our Mixer channel, which got us even more hyped for it when it finally came out. But let's rewind for a second. For those that don't know, The Division 2 is an online action shooter RPG experience where exploration and player progression are essential. It's set in a post-pandemic Washington, D.C., as you lead a team of elite agents to restore order and the collapse of the city. This rich new setting combines a wide variety of beautiful, iconic, and realistic environments. We'll experience the series' trademark for authenticity in world building, rich RPG systems, and fast-paced action. Explore the capital with your friends in online co-op or against others in competitive PvP mode, choosing a unique class specialization to take on the toughest challenges. There's also the Dark Zone, an untamed area of the map with some of the best loot in the game. It's also the most dangerous area where fear, betrayal, and tensions are high, as any other agent could turn against you and steal all your hard-earned loot. I'm looking at you, Benny. So, if this sounds like your perfect game and you haven't got around to playing it yet, it's 100% worth getting.
Parties?
One of the best games that's come out this year has got to be Devil May Cry 5, with its predecessor coming out 11 years ago. It's a game that fans of the franchise have been waiting for with great anticipation. Dante and Nero return, along with a brand new character who has become Leah's new video game crush, V.
Oh, V.
It's a hack and slash masterpiece, which sees you use a range of close range and long range attacks, with each character having a different playstyle. Dante, aka the son of Sparda, switches between his pistols Ebony and Ivory, and his sword Rebellion, whilst Nero uses his Devil Breakers to deal large amounts of damage, whilst using his sword the Red Queen and his revolver the Blue Rose for long range kills. But more importantly, he has the Pasta Breaker, which may not deal that much damage, but it can demolish a big bowl of pasta. And finally, we have V, who is incredibly unique and the newest character to the franchise. Here's his cane, which allows him to finish off enemies that have been damaged by his familiars, Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare. Once you start playing, you won't be able to put it down, with the story being only the first challenge you'll face. The Bloody Palace is an entirely different mode, which will be one of the toughest things that you'll face as you take on hordes of enemies as you make your way through the progressively more difficult floors. You know, just give me 3 months, alright? And I'll get to that top floor.
You were right all along. It's not just Russia out there. It's the whole world.
In post-apocalyptic Russia, you're at the mercy of not only a bunch of humans with strange motivations, but also horrifying mutants who mostly just want to eat your face off. At least that's the case in Metro Exodus. In the previous games of this series, you were largely confined to the underground metro system, navigating the complex tunnel labyrinths of your post-nuclear war habitat, and also navigating the complex political world at the same time. In Metro Exodus, this all changed with the introduction of a huge, incredibly beautiful Xbox One X enhanced open world to explore, and a new quest to see what else is out there. And this is made even more interesting with the addition of mouse and keyboard support on your Xbox, so you can explore in an entirely different way if that's what you prefer. Metro is the kind of unforgiving game you play to give yourself a bit of a challenge. It's a series known for its focus on really making you scavenge for the good stuff. And by good stuff, I mean those items that are kind of necessary for survival, like gas mask filters to help you breathe the arid air, and ammo so you don't get your face mashed in by the first mutant you come across. You can also craft and customize your own weapons if that's your kind of thing. There's a nicely balanced blend of stealth, adventure, and gun-based action to keep you on your toes through the very lengthy single-player campaign. It's immersive, it's gritty, and it really manages to create an intense atmosphere thanks to its fantastic design. All in all, another awesome addition to this year's Xbox lineup.
If you weren't scarred enough from your previous encounter with Resident Evil 2 back in 1998, then hopefully over the past 20 years you've prepared yourself for the remake, which came back more horrifying than ever in January 2019. The game still allows you to play through the main campaign as series favourites Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield as you battle against the undead while trapped inside Raccoon City's incredibly claustrophobic police department. Once inside, you're met with an abundance of death, suffering, questionable statue choices for a government building, and a distinct lack of ammo, health, or chance of survival. But this is exactly where the magic happens. It's hailed as one of the greatest survival horror games ever made. Both old and new fans of Resident Evil 2 will immediately be drawn to not only the sheer level of detail and strategic thinking needed to overcome the undead and put a stop to Umbrella's biological weapons, but the upgrades as well. The remake saw the removal of fixed camera angles, in addition to reworking the sound design, character models, and combat difficulty to not just revitalize an old classic, but to enhance it for a modern horror audience that demanded new experience when it comes to their video games. And I've had it on very good authority that even hardcore fans of the 1998 release didn't expect some of the new jump scares Capcom had wormed into the remake. All in all, the Resident Evil 2 remake is a must-play for gamers desperate to switch off the lights, curl up with some popcorn, and scream themselves to an early night's sleep. You're welcome for the tip.
I intend to restart history. Let the new era begin.
When you think of fighting games, you picture kicking and punching, maybe a special move or two, with the opposing players taking enough of a beating that they sort of just fall over, right? Well, let's just say Mortal Kombat does all of this, and then a bit more, and then a bit more, okay, a lot. Released in April, this Guts and Glory's beat 'em up carries on with the franchise's signature over-the-top gore fest that we all know and love. The new graphics engine, along with the Xbox One X enhancements, showcase every single skull-shattering, eye-popping moment, bringing you so close to the fight you can feel it and almost taste it. I love the smell of fatalities in the morning. There's a full roster of old and new fighters, each with their own custom character variations, for you to make the experience truly your own. What surprised me was the in-depth story mode that you can play through. It has some awesome cinematic cutscenes that wouldn't look out of place in a movie, as well as delivering a great gaming experience for what on the surface might just look like a generic fighting game. And if that doesn't float your boat, then there's always a good old face-off on the local multiplayer, which is fantastic and a great way to embarrass Benny. Cue clip.
Sam beat me. Sam is better than me at Mortal Kombat 11. It really does hurt my soul to say that, I'm not going to lie, but
That was funny, wasn't it? Benny?
This is it. Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow.
this year has brought one of the best gaming franchises of all time to Xbox. It's not technically a new game, but it is one of my personal favorites, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. In Final Fantasy X, you follow Tidus as he gets transported from his home in Zanarkand to Spira through Sin, who causes death and destruction wherever he goes, and can only be stopped by the final summoning, which is what Yuna is aiming to accomplish on her pilgrimage. And yes, that does all make sense. You have 7 playable characters in your party, alongside 8 different Aeons that Yuna can summon into a fight. The game has a fantastic story filled with twists and turns, which will take you around 40 hours to complete without doing any of the game's side quests. It was also the first Final Fantasy to implement voice actors to the characters and is filled with some brilliant cinematics. Once you've completed the game, you can then continue the story with Final Fantasy X-2, which I'm not going to go into as I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a conclusion to the saga that you won't want to miss out on. Trust me.
In a parallel world, this game might have been called Harmony 2. It could have been a game that focuses on calm, soothing environments, chilled and laid-back characters that leaves you with a nice, relaxed feeling. But it's fair to say we're not living in that world. Oh no, we've got the loudest, the smashiest, shootiest game on Xbox this year, Rage 2, and it's blooming fantastic. Dive headfirst into a dystopian world devoid of society, law, and order as you deliver a carnival of carnage in this first-person Xbox One X enhanced open-world extravaganza. It's set on Earth after an asteroid has obliterated 80% of the planet's population. Eat your heart out, Thanos. And humanity's numbers are slowly dwindling too. There's roaming gangs out on the road, groups vying for power, and you're just trying to live your life. But sadly, that ain't gonna happen. You've been robbed of your home and left for dead, naturally making you feel a teeny bit angry and out for delicious vengeance. So, the title kinda makes sense at this point. Rage 2 is the sort of game that you can just pick up and enjoy straight off the bat. It's set in the same world as the original, but with a completely new story, and I absolutely love that as it makes it accessible to a whole new audience. Happy raging, my friends.
So there we have it. Those are some of the best games in 2019 so far, and there are going to be a load more games to come, so you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed and let us know which was your favourite down in the comments below.
I'm very much looking forward to E3 this year. Don't forget to check us out on mixer.com/XboxOn for more awesome shenanigans from the Xbox On team. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.